Hey Sim Racers, and welcome back to our channel of Drone Motorworks. We are watching the highlights of 4 hours of Imola at SimGrid Endurance Series. First race was held up at Barcelona circuit and it was a mess for us because we got bumped out the first corner, we had damage and then we had to repair the car, so the race was over before it really started for us. But this time at Imola circuit we tried to do better. We qualified at P10 and with a personal best, and so you can see there are a lot of fast guys in front of us, especially the orange Merc, pole position with a really good lap time. So the start is here. Let's watch what's going on. Watch the top right. So you can see the pole setter already got bumped out, so we gained a position, but Daniel did very good. No accident, no contact during the first corners. And from then on we had to defend against the Lexus. And as you can see, the next accident and he will cross the track, bump out the other Lexus. So good for us. We gained another 2 positions. And as I told you before, from then on we had to defend against the Lexus. We knew the Lexus is very, very fast on the straight. So we were thinking about how to defend against the Lexus on straight. One opportunity was just try to create a tiny gap that he's not able to overtake us on the straight. But in front of us is the Aston, a very good car on this track. But he was struggling a little bit to get a good lap time, so Daniel got stuck. There's the next accident happening. So we are about to enter the last sector of the track and the Aston is still in front of us. So far so good. No damage on the car, no accident. We gained I think 3 positions at this moment. So let's see what's going on in the next laps. So as you can see, we already created a little gap which helped us to survive the main straight against the Lexus, and then we are jumping forward. Lap 2, Daniel is attacking the S because we knew we have to overtake him because it cost us too much time, and then he did very good. He forced the S into a mistake and then was able to overtake. A little bit harsh to be honest, but I think it's hard racing but still fair because he did the mistake, and this situation was very good for us because we had to overtake the S, otherwise we would have lost so much time. And from then Daniel was able to create a gap very, very fast. We are watching lap 6 at the moment, and as you can see there's already a bigger gap to the Aston. So the perfect start for us. We were able to create the gap to the guys behind of us, and then we could go our pace because the guys in front, they were a little bit faster than us. So it was a little bit surprising for us that we were able to go nearly the same pace as the other guys. So it has been a perfect start for us, totally different to what happened at Barcelona circuit. And then jumping forward to lap 33. We realized there's the orange-yellow Honda behind us. He was closing the gap to us very, very fast, so it must have been in an accident or kind of this because he was way behind us, but he was closing the gap I think half a second per lap. So we already knew if he's close enough we will let him pass because it makes no sense in a 4-hour race to fight against him because he is definitely faster than us. So when he's close enough we decided just let him go, and now Daniel is doing this, so it's good for him, good for us. We can keep up our pace, we are not defending and losing time against other people behind us. So let's jump forward a little bit. First driver swap of the race, and the good thing is we were able to gain another position against the Nissan. They were swapping the driver as well, so we gained a position in the pit box. I don't know why, maybe they had to repair the car. We had just a slight damage of, I think, a second, so it wasn't that bad. And yeah, we gained another position. At this moment PL11, but there were some guys, they hadn't pitted yet, so let's see where we end after everyone has done the first pit stop. And right from the beginning I was able to build a gap against the Nissan. There's some onboard footage for you guys just listening to this amazing sound of the band player. So let's jump forward, lap 38, and you remember the yellow-orange Honda who were closing the gap to us in the last stint very fast. There he is again, so now we were able to close the gap. I don't know why, maybe he lost some time in the pit, or maybe because he got stuck behind the Nissan. But anyway, for whatever reason it happened, we were able to close the gap, and now we were fighting P6, 7 and 8, and don't forget the other Nissan behind us who is closing the gap as well. So we are in the last sector of the track, and you can see the last chicane, and the Nissan and the Honda both struggle a little bit. I think the Honda had to lift the throttle a little bit, and I was able to use this situation for me to overtake it. But I had to brake very, very hard, and for whatever reason I had a failure on my brake pedal. Something got loose for a second and it felt absolutely weird, so I had to lose the brake once again, and yeah, that's made the Honda to overtake me again. And from this on I was a little bit concerned about my brake because I didn't know what really happened. I thought there's maybe mechanical failure, and you can see the Nissan is very close, and I was a little bit out of my pace, so I couldn't concentrate because I was thinking about what's going on with my brake pedal. And then yeah, the Nissan could overtake me, and not just here, and as well the following laps I really struggled because I was thinking too much on the brake pedal instead of focusing on racing. But 10 laps later I closed the gap. I was back in the game, and then he had a bad exit. I was able to close the gap in the slipstream, and then side by side into turn 1. And yeah, finally, very close, but I was able to overtake. Good overtake, but I have to admit that fighting against this guy was very fair at any time of the race. Even he was behind me 10 laps before, he was not doing any stupid stuff, so very clean racing, very fair racing. That's how it should be done. So let's jump forward a bit. We are still in P4, as I said, and Daniel is in the car in lap 101, but unfortunately the Nissan behind us came closer and closer lap by lap, because now the first driver of this team has been in the car and he was clearly faster than both of us. So Daniel struggled a little bit to keep the gap like it was, and you can see the Nissan already in the back, the pink one. Three laps later, we were doing our last pit stop of the race. Daniel got out of the car after a perfect stint, and I got in for the last hour of the race. And as you can see, we were able to just come out of the pit box tiny bit in front of the orange Mercedes. By the way, this is the Mercedes who has been pole position. Now I think Max Bischoff is driving this car, and let's see from his perspective, just chasing us. At this point of the race we were at P4, but we realized very soon that the faster driver of the Nissan team we were battling with was still in the car. He was doing his third stint, So we realized soon, okay, we won't be able to stay at P4 because he's just a faster guy. So we thought, okay, let's take P5, bring it home safely, and we would be very happy with the result. So we were doing our first lap after the last pit stop, and during this time the other Nissan we were battling with was in the pit box, and you can see us coming there on the straight, and this is going to be very close, but we had more speed, and so I was able to overtake this guy. Even he would overtake us later because he's just a faster guy. Unfortunately, I got stuck a little bit behind this back marker. I had to lift throttle a tiny bit, and yeah, the Nissan saw this coming and yeah, take advantage out of this situation. He overtook me. I wasn't sure about to defend very hard because I don't want to ruin his race, our race, because we were already very happy with P5 and we knew from the stints before he's faster, so we won't be able to go his pace. So let's jump forward. We are watching the last lap of the race. Still P5. No problems, no damage, no accidents. It has been very good on the track with the back markers. Some back markers took a little bit of time to overtake them, but most of them were very fine. No problems when overtaking with blue flags. So sometimes you don't have to take it too serious, to be honest, but most of them were perfect. So when you were flashing them, they said, okay, I will let you overtake now. But in the last lap we already realized that the guys in front of us were battling for position, so we decided not to go full speed, to just say, okay, we had a gap of a few seconds to the guy in front and we had a very good gap to the guys behind of us, so we were able to just reduce our speed and let them fight for positions. So what can I say else? The race was fine. We had no accident, no mechanical failures. Feels really good to have kind of good race compared to the first one at Barcelona. So P5 is a brilliant result. We are very happy. We didn't do any mistakes during the race. We had good speed, not the fastest one, but when you're not doing any mistakes, you can gain positions, as you can see. So P5 at Imola, perfect race for us. So let's see, next time we will see on Zolder, a track I really don't like. So, but yeah, let's wait what's going to happen there. Thank you for watching and see you next time on our channel of Crown Motorworks. Bye bye.